Hi, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of our podcast. June is Pride Month. So, first and foremost, we want to wish Happy Pride Month to everyone who celebrated. And we love you. We celebrate you and your love. In today's episode, we have invited a dear friend of mine to join us. He's a sociology grad, a tea connoisseur, and a proud queer individual. His name is Julian Liu. Welcome.
Hey, nice to see you there. Thank you for having me here.
Of course, thank you for being our first guest in our first ever episode of our podcast. This is really exciting. I am curious, why did you choose to study sociology and why Germany?
Because, it is a little bit typical in Vietnam that if you have another family members in another country, so you can have the tendency to go there with the hope that you will receive a little bit of support from them, so you don't have to deal with your hard life alone here, alone in another strange country, I could say so. And it is also my case because I have an uncle here, and he has also been living here for quite a long time, for I guess almost around 35 years. And actually, at the very beginning, my family want to send my brother to Germany because he is the one who study Germanistic or German language in the university. But then he
Oh,
just said
wow.
that, yeah, it was the situations, but he just said that, nah, I don't want to. And so, and at that time in Vietnam, I study actually in the same university with An, but I mean, economic is not my thing. And I just say that, okay, go into another country, and you may have the chance to choose another study object, I guess so. My uncle just say, just try your best to learn the language and come here. So that is exactly what I did. And yeah.
So how's your German levels now? I know it's a really, really difficult
Mm-hmm.
language to learn. How
Mm-hmm.
is it?
And I say it is enough to survive here in Germany. And for most of this, for most Asian people, we don't have that much problem with the grammatic on the paper, which means we learn really well in the book, but we don't have
Yeah.
the language reflection, just like the people who born here in Germany, of course, just like the mother tongue. It's not my mother tongue, but I could say that in compare to many people or many students who are also now living in Germany or who have been living in Germany for quite a long time, I could say that my German is quite good. So,
Mm.
as more to tell, so that is also one reason that why I don't have that much problem to integrate myself here in German. I mean, in
Mm.
terms of cultural aspect or sometimes maybe politic aspect also. But yeah.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, that's good for you. Like I think I live here for 8 years. I still feel dumb talking to people in English, even though I learned English for such a long time. I still feel like I'm not a good speaker. I'm not eloquent. I still have to rack my brain sometimes to find words, and I mispronounce a lot of stuff, and my husband, he kind of makes fun of me. It's embarrassing, but it's kind of a growing pain. It will pass. Good for you for taking on such a difficult language, and yeah, you're very brave. Talking about brave, when did you find out about your true self? Like, when did you come out?
hmm
Can you share us about
So,
your coming out stories, please?
mhm. So I guess first of all, I will reform your question a little bit, and I guess you want to ask when did I find my true sexual orientation? I had that concept of being gay since I was really, really young, just a little boy, maybe around when I was around 3 or 4. And I know that, okay, I am somehow different from the other. Yeah, I guess
Do your parent know that you're gay, or like any members of your family know? Have you come out to them?
by all means, no. Actually, my brother, as I already told him about myself 6 months before his wedding. Now he's having a family, which means I am somehow, maybe not now, not immediately, but I also want to have
You're
my own
next.
family. Yeah, I am the
Yeah.
next one. Thank you. So I decided that I will try my best to show myself to some family members who I know that they will understand me, because I hate the idea that you have your lovers or you have your partner, and but you keep them for the whole time under the shadow. And so I decided to tell my brother first, because actually we have really strong connection. So I say that, hey, it's your wedding soon, right? Oh, I guess will have something to tell you. I'm gay. So yeah, so you can imagine that I will marry a man somehow in the future. It Suddenly I just want to tell him, okay, it is me, and I hope
I
that you will
think
accept that.
Yeah, I think because you feel safe with him, and I think
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
you hope that he will understand and accept you as the way you are. I think deep down we all want our family to accept us in
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
any shapes and form, because they kind of our safety net, I think.
Mm-hmm.
How did he react to that? Was he surprised? Did he say
Mm-hmm.
anything?
Surprisingly, he wasn't that surprised. He somehow, at some point, already discovered something about me. And
Mm.
when I told him, okay, I'm gay, and he's like, yeah, I can also imagine that, and my instinct was right.
I think good for you. I think for everyone who may not know, same sex marriage is not legal in Vietnam. The queer community has been growing really fast, and there's a lot of celebrity that came out and very proud of their identities. But still, I think the older generation, like our parents, still don't understand, and still I think they still find a hard time to accept
Mm-hmm.
that's a new reality. So
Yeah.
yeah, good for you. I think it's really nice that your brother accepts you and seem very supportive.
He he already cared about me, but after my confessions, then he cared about me a lot more. And I still remember there is one sentence, and I guess I can't never forget from my brother. And he said that, um, you are my brother, and you also have rights to live happily with someone that you
Oh
loved. I cannot never ever imagine that he would say something like that. And so, I was really touched, and I say that, wow, I surely have a nice brother.
It's
no.
amazing.
What about the LGBTQ in India, Joel? Is it accepted, or does there anything? Is it the same as in Vietnam?
It's the same. It's illegal, and it's like, I think like people are like, if you're a little bit feminine, like being a guy, if you're a little bit feminine, you're just made fun of. Like, it's just like they treat you really bad. They say they bully you.
Mm.
It's not accepted, and you can't just be yourself. Like, people, I know few of my friends who are still there, and they're openly like saying who they are and their sexual orientation, but it's just like then no one talks to them. Like, it's like,
Mm.
oh, we don't want to talk to you. We don't want to be
Mm.
friends with you. It's getting a little better with time, but I really hope that it's accepted, because it's so normal, and it's just it is what it is. Like everyone has a right to love, and
Mm.
like you can't stop. No one should be stopping that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think in Asia, it's kind of moving to the right direction. We have, so far, we have Taiwan, and lately we have Thailand. So those are the two countries that have legalized same-sex marriage, which is great. Like I was so shocked. I thought Thailand legalized that long time ago. Julian, I have another questions for you. How would you compare your life in Vietnam and in Germany? Like obviously same-sex marriage is
Mm-hmm.
legalized in Germany. We think that, it's accepted, everyone can be themselves. What do you think? Do you feel
Mm-hmm.
relief that now you live in Germany and you can be yourself?
Personally, I know that being a guy and living in Vietnam is a challenge because I also was bullied and I had quite a hard time in my primary school time. But to be honest, I luckily didn't have that much problem of being gay in Vietnam. Somehow they don't judge me for being gay. They just like focus on what I can do and what I am capable of.
Mm-hmm.
And and so for that reason, when I moved to Germany, I and Germany is a lot more open than in Vietnam. And people actually, and you also know, right? People actually don't care if you're a guy or not. They don't actually care about that. If I had to make comparisons of my life in Vietnam and in Germany, I could say not that much different. But I
Mm.
have to admit that being gay in Germany is quite easy.
Mm.
So you can just like live as who you are.
I'm just
Nice.
curious, is
Hmm.
dating easier in Vietnam or in Germany for you?
If we talking about dating in Vietnam, we cannot do that officially, openly. I guess at that point, I could say, okay, Germany has won for this one. The dating life for the guy in Germany is more easily because not not only I am the one who really open, but the other people they're also open. So the chance that we are getting together is a lot more higher than in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more open and it's not platonic, because like if you're hiding it, then you could be in love with someone and then you don't know if it's ever
Yeah,
gonna happen.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
One-sided love. That's so
Mm-hmm.
tragic.
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Do you find any, so when you move to Germany, do you try to find a communities, like a queer communities in particular to join or just to find friends? If you join any groups, any communities, what is the factor that you use to choose, okay, I want to belong to this community instead of the other. I want to make friends with this kind of people instead of
Hmm.
others.
Well, what I am going to say right now may surprise both of you because I do not have that much guy friend or the people who like me or the people in the LGBTQ plus community. That sounds
Mhm.
a little bit strange, but I guess well, that thing started with my own personality a little bit. I am an introvert, so I don't have the high demand of finding friends. I mean, I really enjoy my times alone.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm enjoy my time being alone. But, we social creatures. Even though we introvert and we enjoy our time alone, we need at least one friend
Mm-hmm.
who we can talk to and share our experience with. Do you have any friend like that around you, or it's
Mm-hmm.
friends, or you only have friends to talk to online, or back home, like you can only talk to them online?
Mm-hmm. There often, really often, people say that okay, this the introverts, the introvert ones, they don't have that many friends, but if they get some friends, all of their friends will be really, all of them are really good choice, and that is also my case, luckily, and I'm really thankful
Mm.
about that because okay, once again, because I don't have friends in my community. So at first I would say that okay, it's a little bit difficult to open to them about my sexual orientations. And so I guess because they're also a little bit affected from the German culture, they don't actually care about how to with whom you slept. They actually care about how nice you are. So I guess I'm quite a
Mm,
nice guy. And
nice.
Yeah.
so
Okay, I'm gonna change the topic a little bit. So we talked about your experience finding communities in Germany and how you moved to Germany and your how you discover your sexual orientation. Now I want to talk about your career.
mhm,
Why did you choose to study sociology? Does it have anything to do with your self-discovery? Because like to be honest, if I tell my parents, "Oh, I want to study sociology," they gonna say absolutely not. What does that even mean? How can you even make money with a degree in sociology? So tell us, why did you choose that field of
mhm.
study?
I guess at the very beginning, I also said that I study sociology, but I am now working as the tea sommelier. So, which means I am also not capable of making money with what I have learned in my university. You also know that, Anne, because I studied with you in the same
Mm.
university, and our
Mm-hmm.
and our university focus on economics. But I guess after around 3 or 4 semester in Vietnam, and I noticed that okay, this one is not for me.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I moved to Germany, I already told myself that hey, okay, Julian, do not choose the wrong way again.
Mm.
But there's also a little bit of problem here in Germany because if you already study economics in your home country, you are not allowed to change your programs here in Germany that easily, which means for the people who study in the economics university like us, we can only choose either economics once again or social science. And so I say that okay, mathematics, they're not for me. So I decided to change to sociology when I choose
Mm-hmm.
those subjects.
Mm.
And but luckily, somehow I get along with that quite well. So I have learned to write quite a lot in Vietnam. So and
Mm-hmm.
writing is actually the skill that you need to have when you study sociology. You have to write
Mm-hmm.
quite a lot, and you you know you watch how this word is working, and you can pick the small pattern of that, and you can ask yourself a questions. Is that it is truly only one situation, or it could be the situations for this whole world? So
Wow.
the sociologists, they are doing things like that. They can notice the small change of this world, and they can ask the question, and they can bring these questions to the big piece to a bigger picture. And I
Mm.
found and I found that it okay. I will try my best not to be how would I say not to be arrogant here, but I think sociology is also one of the most interesting and important things to study because as you can see maybe in the area of politics, because actually on the politic idea, on the politic is ideology, or on the politic mindset, they are somehow based on the mindset of the social mindset. And
Mm.
so that is exactly what I learned in the university. And now I will move back to the questions. If studying sociology have me discovering myself, and I would say yes. Um, I mean, it did not have the huge impact on my rediscovery process. It's just like I understand myself a little bit more.
Mm.
Mm.
That's
For
Yeah.
great.
example,
Yeah.
yeah, for example, just like the small example, when people talk about gay, and if we're talking about that's really stereotypical, and you say that okay, a guy and man is they're somehow really femme, I mean feminine, they act like a woman, and so. But according what I learned, gay is actually a sexual orientation. What you are showing to other people, they don't actually belong to your sexual orientations. They are somehow a kind of performance or a social performance. Just think
Mm.
like I could just mention the people just like Lady Gaga or David Bowie. They maybe I'm not sure, but I guess they not define themselves as gay or lesbian, maybe bisexual. I'm
Mm.
not sure. But what they are doing on the stage is actually performing.
Mm.
And you
Yeah.
know what? It's just like what we are seeing in drag queens. And I know that many drag queens they are not gay, but they are
Oh,
Yeah.
giving a performance.
interesting.
No, that's
Oh,
actually
Yeah.
not of them. They're giving actually performance. So
yeah.
yeah, and you know, as I mentioned before, okay, sociology, I I cannot make money with that, but it helped
Mm.
me quite a lot with my rediscovering process. Yeah, I mean it is.
Mm.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, I mean I still define myself as gay. I know that I know the fact that I am gay, but I understand myself a little bit more.
Mhm. Yeah.
Amazing. I want
Yeah.
to learn sociology now. Like it feels so interesting.
Well, if you do
Like
not
I
care
want
about your financial situations, then please do.
Yeah, I think the thing about social science is it's really interesting to learn. Like I love learning reading about history, but I just don't want to take tests. Like I don't like memorizing stuff. Like the learning part, the reading part is fun because you kind of learn it for yourself, but the test part is never fun. Yeah,
I
that's
Mhm.
think the thing that's most is interesting is like when he said that looking at a pattern and questioning it, I love questioning stuff. Like I think like
mm,
that's when you start learning and
mm,
actually, like you questioning it. Someone's
mm,
questioning it.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I did not know that. I thought all the drag queens are, gay or queer. I did not know that anyone can be a drag queen. That's new to me. Wow.
Yeah. I know some people who just love performing and they just do it for fun and it's nothing to do with their sexual orientation.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's the same in Germany, but in North America, maybe, well, specifically in the States, everything kind of going against the LGBTQ's community. I heard on the radios that there's a lot of Americans they trying to move to Canada. They're trying to find job in Canada and find sponsor in Canada to move here because they no longer feel safe in their own country. Great for Canada, but how about Germany? Do you notice any big changes, any trend? Does any is the same pattern happening in Germany?
So let us trace back to 10 years ago. I mean, 10 years ago, I guess 2015, and that was the time when I set my first step here as on Germany. And you know that I mean the whole society back there was somehow a lot more calm than now. And even with those topics just like the LGBTQ plus right and so on, they are I mean they accept people more easily than now. I mean if you are a guy and you are living in Germany in 2025, you would be fine. I have to mention the rise of the right wing. I mean the conservative parties in Germany.
Mm.
I mean the
Mhm.
AfD, in German Alternative für Deutschland, the alternative for Germany, and and you know what? It is quite ridiculous because I mean hating people or discriminating gay people is not the point. I mean, it's not the main point and the main political point of that party. But
Mhm.
because they are somewhat conservative, so
Mhm.
the conservative people they also use that reason to extend their hate to gay people. Because the AFD they focus more on foreign people and not about being gay and so. But
Mm.
you know, right? If you just like just put a small seed of the plant on the earth and they will grow somehow. Oh,
Mhm.
Mm.
and and I could describe the same thing with the social change now in Germany. I know that, of course, I am now fine being gay. Most of the people don't actually care about that. But if they do care about that, they will now express them quite openly, even though they
Mhm.
know that they can, that they will be punished for that, but they still
Mhm.
do. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
that's I think it's just happening everywhere. Here the same,
Yeah.
but it's focused more on I notice it more on the perspective of people, the opinion of the people on immigrants. In the
Yeah.
past, when I came here, immigrants was welcome. Canada is country that built by immigrants. They welcome immigrants. There's no discrimination here. But lately, CBC released a survey. I think lots of people, 30% of people, there's a drop, like 30% drop on of support for immigrants from Canadians. Like, yeah, 30% is huge. I have to like don't quote me on that, but I think it's from CBC.
Mm.
Yeah, the support on immigrants is decreasing. Canadians don't want to have immigrants here anymore. There's so many people. Everything is more expensive. I feel like immigrants is a scapegoat
Yeah.
because for economics downturn, and they blame
Mm.
immigrants for everything. Yeah, so I guess it's kind of a trend. It's a trend everywhere. It's about nationalism now. Like people, they feel like they can express themselves what they think about gay people, about immigrants more openly now because they think it's acceptable, which is really sad.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like the seeds of hatred, Like I hate that. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's just promoting hatred,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just getting more unsafe, it feels like.
Yeah. My husband have a distant relatives in England. She said when she first came to England, it was, during she was there because her dad was sent to England from Germany due to World War II. So she never openly told everyone that, oh, I'm Jewish. And then it's
Mm.
got better. And it's like, yeah, I can tell everyone that I'm Jewish now. It's safe. But
Yeah.
but right now, with what's going on in the world, she told me that she doesn't feel safe telling everyone that she Jewish anymore. It's very sad. She's 60, so
mm-hmm.
it's coming back, which is scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's very sad. I think we running out of time here. And I always want to end our podcast in a good note. Do you have any tips for people who thinking about moving to Germany to live and study? Either they queer or not. Any tips to just adapt to German life, the life in Germany better? Julian, do you have any
Mm-hmm.
tips that you can share with us?
Yeah, of course I do. Yeah, so that's the reason why I am here, right? No, just kidding. But I could say that it could be two things. First of all, be yourself.
Mm,
Sounds really typical, right? And the second one is let it be. So why it's about being yourself? I think that if you are yourself, then you won't have that much to be scared of. That sounds
mm,
really a little bit controversial, right? Because you are gay, you are, or even you are not gay, you're the foreigner. You
mm,
somehow try to remove your first identity and you adopt a
yeah,
new one. If you delete something and then you adopt the new one, it is not the coexistence. It's just like you are having your own world in your own identities, and it
that's so
doesn't work
true.
for a long time because
Mm,
no matter how long you have been living here. For example, for me, I am still a Vietnamese. I still feel myself Vietnamese, and I will act somehow as like Vietnamese. But if you say that, okay, I am just myself, and this myself is now living in Germany. I mean, I living with my Germany identity put here together. So
mm,
I guess that is the point of living peacefully, right? Because there's no conflict between the new one and the old one,
yeah.
and it's just like both of them can exist at the same time, at the same place.
Mm, mm-hmm.
So I would say that be yourself. But why let it be? What is the meaning of let it be here? I haven't told you guys before, but I do not come out officially, but I always imply people that I am gay. And you know what? Because I am not officially come out, most of the time I don't think about fact that I am gay. It's just like, okay, I'm just me here. And
Mm,
and maybe I know that people will hate me about some people may hate me about being gay, but I mean it's alright. There would be someone who would accept me. So I living with myself once again to be myself really naturally. There's no
mm,
force about being or the German. There's no force about having or adapting a new identity. And
Mm-hmm.
Germany does not kill this guy, and this guy does not hate Germany. We are both living
Mm.
together. So
Yeah.
be yourself and let it be.
that's
Nice.
amazing.
That's nice. Yeah, I agree. I think I don't like labeling people. I hope at some point the world can accept everyone as an individual. We just, ourselves, and we
Yeah,
can be anything that we want. Yeah.
agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the let it be. Like, I feel like it took me a long time to like be myself after moving abroad. And
Mm.
then let it be took another a long time for me to be okay, I can just leave it and just be myself. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a really good advice for anyone, who's struggling because I
Mm-hmm.
struggled when I moved.
Mm-hmm.
And the starting few years are always a struggle, but
Mm-hmm.
that's amazing advice.
Yeah, yeah, we want to when we move to a new country, we always want to plan it. We want to look like the people who's from here. And then slowly we might forgot our own self, but eventually I think it will come back to us and we got to accept us. I think it's just, that's how we go, how we mature. That's great. Anyway, thanks, Julian, for joining our podcast, our very first podcast. I don't know if we did a good job. I think we
We did
tried.
amazing.
We did amazing,
Yeah.
I think. Let's just say
Thank
that
you
we
Oh,
did
so much.
amazing.
we already had fun. And
Yeah,
that's
we
also
had
Yeah.
fun.
important,
Yeah,
right?
we hope that some of you find Julian's story resonate with you and it helps you if it sound like you. That's all we care about. That's why we make this podcast. Anyway, we'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.